I'm here at BGG.CON 2014 with Ron from Mayfair Games, and he's here to show us Villainy, which is currently in production.
Yes, came out at Gen.CON.
Okay, excellent.
So, what do you want to know?
Tell us a bit about the game.
Alright, so Villainy is a game of supervillains trying to take over a town. Each player starts out as a supervillain. They have a cool card. You've got double-sided, all kinds of different crazy characters you can be. So at the moment I'm Alligator. They go on your little play mat here. They start out with certain statistics. And then you have these knobs on your control panel to set where your character is currently at. So Alligator starts out with 3 strength, 3 charisma, and 3 intelligence. I'll dial that up just like that. Throughout the game, you have to complete different plans. So, like any good villain, you have an origin story. And right now, my origin plan is to erect a statue of myself in the middle of City Park. Because, you know, you need that. In order to do this, I'm going to need to pose for the statue, and that's got to be me. But I'm going to need a helper, because, you know, plans need help. I have somebody who needs to carve the statue. Currently, I don't have any hench to do it, so I got to go out and get a hench dude or a hench lady and get them building.
Okay. So how does a typical turn play out?
Okay, on your turn you have a series of options. You can either take an action, which will be, there's a series of actions. You do 1 action on your turn, then ship to the next player. Or you can work your team, and that's a way to make money once you have an alter ego. Alter egos give you jobs, so you could be like a prize fighter, you could be a TV anchor, or a talent agent, or the mayor, or whatever. And those give you some cash income when you work. Then you can also complete an evil plan. Evil plans require a certain number of roles to be filled. The first plan needs 2 roles, you need 2 people, so the first thing I'm going to do is go hire somebody. You start out with some 10 cash, and then you go buy a character. So I'm going to buy Jenny McDigger here. She's going to cost me $8 to hire on. Jenny, she starts out as a 3/2/2. She has a hot action. She can hire any one available undead character for free. So she's pretty good in the early game, because long game I can start grabbing undead stuff. I can't help but notice there's already a zombie on the board, so I could probably use her almost immediately. So I'm going to buy Jenny. When I buy a character, I have an option to put her as one of my different sidekicks. So she can either be my right hand, my specialist, or my fighter. Her stats are a little bit low, so I think I'm going to make her my right hand. Because my right hand, when you hire that one in, you can immediately get +1 to every stat when hired. So normally she's a 3/2/2, and I'll dial her up to a 3/3/3. $8 in the bank. Jenny's on my side. Next player's turn.
Alright, and so how many players is the game?
The game is up to 4 players. You can play as few as 2. After you basically fill out various plans. So I had my origin, where did it go? Costume. Yeah, it's probably here. Yeah, there we go. So after I've completed this plan, let's say we've met the requirements for it. Right now, I don't have enough charisma to pose for this statue. My charisma is currently at 3. I'm going to have to do some things to increase my charisma. So perhaps doing some crimes, perhaps getting a job, doing various things to fight, or having a fight. So I might go fight with other characters to bump up stats. Once you fill out your first plan, you complete that, it gives you a special power. You can go on to your villainous act. That's your middle story. It requires 3 things, so I'm going to launch my own private satellite. And ultimately you work up to a magnum opus. The magnum opus is how you win the game, so you could do things like release the Robo-Kraken, or publish Fantastiman's internet browser history. It's interesting that Fantastiman comes up because the end of the game, before you can complete a magnum opus, Fantastiman shows up. And he is, the town do-gooder. We kind of don't like Fantastiman. He is basically a deck of cards that you have to battle. In order to beat him, you must roll a 8 on your cube of power, which is really hard because mine only goes to 6. So, in order to get pluses on this, I have to endure attacks. And each attack that I can endure gives me +1 to my roll. So it could be things like this. The Magic Prison. I roll 1 die, add any character's charisma. If that one has loyalty or deception tokens, these are things you get throughout the game. I can add 1 to my roll for each of those. If I roll 7 or less, or if I roll a 1, I fail. I fail. Fantastiman just beat me. I gotta come back next turn. So, like that.
Excellent. And about how long does the game take to play?
I would say per player about 15 to 20 minutes per player. Full 4-player games around about an hour. A little longer the first time you play it. But once you know the different mechanisms, know where to buy and build, solid hour for 4.
And would you say it's a light, medium, or heavy game?
I would call it a definitely light, fast, and fluffy game. No question.
And have you played it with kids or teenagers?
Not with kids super young. I play with my son and daughter. They're 11 and 14. They enjoy it. But it's really mostly targeted at sort of your crazy comic book aficionado that likes just like ridiculous over-the-top stuff, because you can give, like your shark can be your person, or Punch and Judy. You can have a dinosaur on your team, a monkey, wolves. So you could have like the monkey mayor battling against like the TV anchor zombie. It gets utterly ridiculous.
All right. Well, thanks very much for that.
Thank you much. Appreciate it.